11K in a day. You just basically launched, didn't you? You just basically getting started.
Yeah, no, I'm putting $30 a day on ads. I haven't even like.
You spent $30 to make 11K yesterday?
Yeah. I only spent $30. I was spending $20 on the D9, $10 on the branded search.
$20 on PMax and $10 on your branded search campaign, and you made 11K yesterday.
Yeah. I looked at.
Sooner or later, after achieving the life that you used to call dreams, you realize that your dreams were never actually out of reach. You just didn't have the right information and had enough time executing on the information for your dream life to become a reality.
I've watched so many people try to change their life, take the leap of faith, actually decide that they're going to make the change, all to just let it all crumble and fall apart. And they didn't do this because they couldn't make it, or it was too hard, or just the business model didn't work. I've realized that 99% of the time, these people stop their journey solely because they think it's not going to happen. They don't believe that the journey that they started is actually going to lead them to their end goal. And the only thing that you actually need to understand to get to that end goal is realizing that you just need to continue. You literally just need to continue. You guys just saw a video, a clip of my one-on-one mentee, Marcus, someone who struggled deeply when he first started his e-commerce journey with me as his mentor. Dude was horrible at designing websites, terrible at ads, didn't know nothing about choosing winning products. And now I just got off the phone with him and he made $11,000 yesterday. $11,000 in a single day. And the only reason he's been able to get to this result, the only reason I've been able to get to this result, the only reason Kenny has been able to get to $300,000 a month in his business is because we continued. There is nothing more. It's just skill mastery, guys. That is the answer to all of your problems. Stop caring about the money. Stop caring about the end result. Care about becoming. Care about learning and growing. Care about becoming obsessed with what you're doing, because that's what's going to inevitably lead you to your end goal. Most people don't understand that the problems that they face in their journey is literally the price you have to pay in order to get to the successful life that you know is possible. Oh, you can't find products yet because you don't know what you're doing? Learn. Continue to learn. Learn how to find these products. Learn how to spy on your competitors. Learn how to read data. Go to Google Trends. Go to Amazon, right? You need to learn these things, guys. Oh, you can't design a store? Guess what's next? Time to learn how to design stores. Oh, I have a hard time acquiring suppliers? Guess what you need to work on? Acquiring suppliers, your positioning, your confidence, the way you articulate yourself. Oh, you can't run ads profitably? Guess what it's time to go and do? It's time to go learn how to run ads profitably. You see, just because you don't know how to do something, just because something is really hard, just because something is not going exactly how you want it to go, doesn't mean you're failing. And it definitely doesn't mean that you need to stop and something's going wrong. Everything that you face that's holding you back from getting the result that you want is what you need to overcome. It is the answer. I've realized from my own journey, right? From my journey of becoming a e-commerce brand owner, generating multiple seven figures in sales, and doing my first seven figures while I was actively serving in the United States Army as an Army soldier, is that you can't even get to success without going through the process. There is a process that every single entrepreneur, especially an e-commerce brand owner, that they must go through in order to get to that point of consistency in their business. There is no shortcutting it. You must learn these pillars. Okay? You must learn not only the pillars of the business, but the pillars of what it is to actually be an entrepreneur. You must understand that you need to be disciplined. You need to actively, continuously learn and grow. You need to care more about your growth more than really anything else in this life. And everything else is a distraction. Okay? The number one thing that's going to fucking do you in, guys, especially if you're someone who hasn't made it yet, if you haven't reached that point of consistency or you aren't where you want to be yet, the one thing that will do you in is falling into these distractions. Allowing these distractions to be of higher priority than your actual growth, than your personal self-development, than your business skills increasing, than your knowledge and your overall growth growing on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of people don't think that people like us know what it's like. Like, oh, that's easy for you to say, J-son. You already make money online. You already live in Miami. You already traveled the world. You've already done this. It's easy for you to say. But you're forgetting I was in your same exact position. I might have even been in a worse position than you. I started as an Army soldier, making less than $1,000 a month. completely away from my family. No one supported me in my business. No one was sitting there patting me on the back, telling me that I could do this. I didn't have people to the left and right of me truthfully showing me step by step that I actually can become the person that I wanted to become and giving me the exact blueprint that I needed to get there. That wasn't available to me. And it is available to you guys. This is why you must understand the answer to everything you seek is continuation. You're not failing. You're literally just going through the process. Let me talk to you guys about one of my early breaking points and a time where I literally fucking thought where this wasn't going to happen for me. A time where I really realized, like, wait a minute, I might have, this e-commerce stuff may not actually work out for me, man. I don't really know if I'm cut out for this. And that was when I first started my e-commerce journey. Okay, when I first started selling those cheap ass trinkets from AliExpress using Facebook ads, when I started building those terrible stores, again, experiences that I actually needed to go through though. Okay. Although it was terrible, I needed to go through them. It was during this point when I had realized, like, where I thought in my head, like, man, maybe e-commerce isn't for me. You know, I've spent thousands of dollars on Google ads. I'm sorry, on Facebook ads. I've tested well over 30 cheap products from AliExpress. My stores look bad. I don't know if my ads are built correctly. I don't even know if I'm choosing these products correctly. You know, like, I don't even know what I'm doing and I'm over here spending money. And getting to that point in my e-commerce journey actually made me quit temporarily. Okay, a lot of you guys may or may not know, but I actually quit e-commerce for about 6 to 9 months. Okay, I quit and I was like, man, I'm done. I actually don't think this is what's going to get me out of the military and change my life. And what brought me back was I'm just getting hit. Again, I'm getting hit with life. Just like maybe some of you guys are getting hit with life right now. You know, fucking expenses are high, bills are high, things aren't really going the way you want to. I know exactly what it feels like. But I was getting hit with life. And it was hitting me so hard that I realized, like, wait a minute, like, even though e-commerce wasn't working out for me, I know that it works. I know that it works. And my life isn't going how I want it to go. So I'm actually not going to give myself an option. Okay? That shift of not giving myself an option to become an entrepreneur, but forcing myself to become an entrepreneur, that changed everything for me. Okay? A lot of you guys haven't actually fully dedicated yourself to this journey. That's another big part of this. A lot of you guys have half of your foot in. A lot of you guys are just trying this out. It's just my side hustle, man. I'm just seeing if I can become an entrepreneur. I want to make a little bit of money in e-commerce. What are you guys talking about? There are people making millions and millions and millions of dollars. People who started from ground zero, right? There's people like me who literally have documented their entire journey from zero to multiple 7 figures in sales. Started just exactly where you are. You really genuinely need to understand we're living in the most opportunistic time in history. The information is here. The speed is here. AI is here. The digital age is here. You have mentors like me literally talking to you online, giving you exactly what you need in order to get to the position that you want to in life. All you have to do is execute. All you have to do is consistently execute and allow the time to pass by. Consistency in time is the answer to your problems. Not overthinking, not calling yourself a derogatory name because you're not good enough at what you think you should be good enough already at. Not telling yourself that you can't do it. Not saying, oh, it's entirely too hard for me. I can't fucking figure it out, man. Like, I don't know what to do, so I'm never going to know what to do. That's wrong. You're betting against yourself when you do this. When you talk poorly about yourself, when you tell yourself that you can't learn skills, not only one, are you wrong and are you false and are you lying to yourself, but two, you're only hurting yourself. There is no reason to be against yourself when the world is already against you. The world already wants you to be average. The world already wants you to quit on all the hard things and never take any risk. Why would you yourself also put that onto you? It doesn't make any sense. You guys are underestimating the amount of time that's actually needed to change your life. It is a lot less than you think it is. You guys are trying to chase speed though. You guys are trying to get to the results quicker. You guys are trying to become experts. You guys are trying to fucking fast track this process and just jump from all the way to someone who's had the knowledge and the experience for 5 to 10 years on day 1. On day 30. This is unrealistic, guys. But you know what is realistic? You putting in the work for the next 90 to 180 days. You actually building and launching a business with a proper foundation that will allow you to make money for the rest of your life within the next 60 to 180 days. These are actual things that are realistic. Okay. And you need to place this in your mind. I can actually learn these skills. I can actually change my life. I just need to consistently execute, and I need to let time pass by. Sure, I'm going to run into problems. Sure, it's not going to be easy. Sure, I'm not going to feel fully prepared for this journey. And you need to accept this, because this is what every single entrepreneur must accept in order to get to success. Okay? All these things are going to be factors. They're all going to be factors, and they're unavoidable. But it doesn't mean that it's not a part of the process. It is a part of the process for you to be confused. It is a part of the process for you to feel like it's not going to work out. It is a part of the process for you to think that it may just be a little too hard for me. But guess what? It's not. It's really not. Chase the process, man. Become obsessed with the skills. Fuck your emotions. Fuck what the negative side of your brain is telling you. There's an identity shift that you have to make in yourself, in your brain, in your mind, in your heart before this happens. And the shift is, I am an entrepreneur. I am a business owner. I'm someone who consistently executes without fail. I'm someone, when even faced with failure, still gets right the fuck back up and gets right back to work. This is the person you need to become in order to be and live the lifestyle that you wish to live. There is no way around this. There is no failure, guys. You are simply just quitting too early. There isn't a singular special human on this planet who can do something that you cannot do. And this has to become the truth in your mind. I've realized this. I've realized after coaching a countless amount of people, hundreds of people at this point, and seeing, okay, this person got to results. This person did not get to results. This person scaled all the way to millions of dollars. This person got to 100K. The only difference between the people who get to results and the people who do not get to results is continuation. The game of success is who is actually willing to stay in the game the longest, regardless of what happens to them during the process. And if you don't have a process yet, what are you doing? If you don't have a blueprint, if you don't have a system, if you don't have a process that you're following on a day-to-day basis that you know is going to get you to your end goal, this has to become your number one priority. If you know that you're stuck in a lifestyle that's just looping you, the same day after the same day, the same week after the same week, a month, a year, the number one thing that you need to do right now is do your best to find a blueprint that will get you out of it. Okay? There are tons of it, guys. It doesn't matter if you're watching this channel and you want to do real estate. Okay? I'm an e-commerce guy. It doesn't matter if you want to do trading, social media marketing. All the businesses work, guys. Especially e-commerce. E-commerce is the number one skill that I think is going to be here forever and will only grow. Because once you learn how to sell to people online, then you have a skill that no one can take away from you. That's why I never quit. That's why I chose e-commerce. Because I realized as long as I genuinely learned why people buy stuff online, not oh, I want to make money in e-commerce, I want to build a store. If I could just learn why people buy stuff online, then couldn't I make money forever? Couldn't I just sell shit online for the rest of my entire life? This one question in my head kept me going. And guess what? That one question in my head turned out to be solid as fuck. It turned out to be the exact truth. Because the truth is, I've been making money in e-commerce since 2020. I'm going to continue making in e-commerce as long as I continue to run my companies moving forward. And there will be nobody besides God himself who can take this skill away from me. And I knew this at the very beginning. As long as I continued, I would inevitably figure out a way to find winning products. I would inevitably figure out a way to learn web design. I would inevitably figure out a way to get partnerships with high-end suppliers. I would inevitably figure out a way to run these ads profitably and do good customer service so I can change my fucking life. And I was right. And this is not only true for me, but it's true for you. You will inevitably learn the skills that you need to learn in order to get to the success that you know is possible in your life. And all you need to do is continue. I really hope this video hits home for some of you guys, because the truth is I've watched way too many fucking people start a journey that they could have actually reached the end goal. Watch them quit, man. I watch way too many people quit on themselves, way too many people quit on their dreams. And the only thing, if they just fucking knew that just because they were faced with difficulty, just because things aren't going how they want to, just because they may feel bad about their journey, doesn't mean that it wasn't going to happen anyways. Doesn't mean that as long as they just continued, that they weren't going to find success. I have realized, guys, the number one thing that stops anybody from making money online, running a successful e-commerce business, and completely changing their life is literally just continuation. So listen, guys, I thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, shoot me a like, shoot me a subscribe, comment any video suggestions you may have for my next video. And listen, guys, if you're struggling in your e-commerce business, if you have no sense of direction, if you're lost, if you don't know what to do in order to get to consistency in your e-commerce business and actually start making real money online for the years moving forward, just hit this link below in the description. It's going to be an application link. Answer a couple questions, and if you're a good fit, I'll reach out to you as soon as possible. We'll get you set up and we'll get you launched, guys. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one.